With here we have Siddhesh Pore, who just won the third edition of Pune Unscrambled. So congratulations, you got a 7.46 seconds average. How do you feel about it?
Absolutely amazing. So going into the competition, I wasn't really thinking much about the results. I was just focused on the thing that I have to beat my own personal record. So that was one goal I had set for myself, and fortunately I have been able to do that at this competition.
Yeah. Also, I would like to highlight that you got NR2 average
Yes.
in 4x4 and 47.08 seconds average in
Yeah,
5x5. In 4x4 you got 25.11. So yeah, let's first go with the 4x4. So how are the solves, and is this what you expected?
Okay, so before the competition, as far as 4x4 is concerned, I had planned one thing, which is like just spamming TPS through like towards the end of my solve when I get to the 3x3 stage, and like my global is around 26 seconds. So considering that, my target time was high 25 seconds, you can say.
Yeah.
And in the first round, I was able to get an average of 26.09 seconds, which is really close to my target time. So, which really gave me a slight push and motivation to like compete in the 4x4 finals. And yeah, I got a 25.11 average in the finals. So the solves were like 24, 24, 24, and then 26 on the fourth solve, and I messed up on the last solve, but I got a 28 on that, so it was a bit unfortunate. For the first three solves, I was really focused, and I knew that I had a good shot at national record, but as like the fourth and fifth solves were approaching, I was like, I don't want to think about it much, because then it will ruin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, if I manage to safety it and get around 25, then yeah, that would be it. So yeah, that is one thing. And I'll tell you what happened on the fourth solve. So I got a 26 on that, and for my last layer, I had to do one IOLL, and then it was an FPerm, I think.
Okay.
So because of slight nerves, you can say, I locked up a bit. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. So you explained it quite well, the aspect of the average of 5 and how
Yeah.
you like focused your mental state. Overall, how many years have you been doing 4x4? You use the Yao method.
Yes.
But yeah, what are the main barriers in 4x4 solving?
Okay, so I started cubing back in March 2020 when like the lockdown started, and initially the thing is that I used to do redux on 4x4 to 7x7 for all big cubes, but then shortly in like 2 to 3 months I switched to Yao, because I saw that many top cubers were using Yao, and it was like really like Yao is it has a bit more extra edge, like
In terms of look ahead,
because I feel that all the like cross edges are already done. So when you complete the edge pairing, your only thing you have to focus on is the F12 and like the remaining 3x3 stage. So you don't have to rotate much, I would say.
Okay.
That is one
Interesting.
advantage of Yao.
And you use the Ausu V7? Is that
Yeah, I use Ausu V7 dual track for 4x4, and then Aucho on V6 for 5x4.
Yeah, so Moyu cubes is what
Yeah.
you prefer. I also want to ask you about top cubers. So we see Timon, Max Park,
Yeah.
Timofey Tarasenko also is very good in 4x4, and there are countless cubers. So what do you think is like the extra factor in them? They practice a lot, they have high turn speeds, they all use Yao method. So like first of all, I'll make this question simpler. Whom do you idolize, turning wise, look ahead wise, and what do you think about their solving?
Okay, so Timon is the one cuber who I look up to, and it's because that his solves are flawless actually, if you see, and the thing is that he doesn't pause that much. So the one thing that separates these top cubers from every other cuber is that their look ahead is very, very good.
One question that I have personal interest in is for 4x4 there is OPA, OLL parity avoidance. Few of the top cubers have tried it, like Sebastian Weir, who is the current world champion after 8 years.
Yeah.
He also gave it a shot, and then he said it's just too much of mental effort during inspection. and
Exactly.
yeah, it's very marginal gains, and also you can't plan the first two centers well.
Right,
So-
I've heard about it, and I also like watched 2 to 3 videos on YouTube about this OLL parity avoidance, but I don't think it's worth it in my opinion, because you've already got 15 seconds of inspection,
Yeah.
and in those 15 seconds you can instead plan different things, first two centers, and then for cross edges you can keep track of them, so that is more beneficial, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, we talk so much about 4x4,
Yeah.
and we are running out of time. But you mentioned that offline that you like 5x5 nowadays more than 4x4.
Yes.
So any reason for that? And what do you think is the difference between 4x4 solving and 5x5? It's the same technique, Yao method, and so on.
Yeah.
But there are some nuances. So like if you want to
Yeah,
talk
the
about
only
it.
thing that separates 4x4 and 5x5 is OLL and PLL parity. So 5x5, on the 5x5 you only have one parity, which is the edge parity, which you can solve pretty fast. And like because OLL and PLL parity take up like around 3 to 4 seconds on an average for a top cuber, I feel it adds up in your total solve time. But 5x5 I feel is more like 3x3, so it's
Yeah.
enjoyable as well, and there is also a lot of scope for improvement. What might happen on 4x4 is that sometimes you may advance to a certain level, and then like your solving skill is just like becomes stagnant after a time. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can say to that because yeah, solving it's very harder to optimize in 4x4
Yeah,
little bit.
exactly.
Yeah.
there are like many things on 5x5.
But let me just say, if we have not talked about 6x6, 7x7, and I don't want to talk in this interview.
Okay,
But improvement in 6x6 and 7x7 also is a little bit easier. So I would just say like improvement in 4x4 is a bit harder optimized.
Yeah.
Then a little bit easier is 5x5. Even little bit easier is 6x6
Yes.
and 7x7 because the hardware also is now very good.
Yeah, hardware
Yeah.
is also constantly changing.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
there have been good cubes like the Moyu, Aoshi, and the
Aofu.
Yeah, Aofu.
Hmm.
So they are really good cubes, and I mean, with that kind of hardware, you can progress at a very good pace.
Yeah. And so I have the last question. What is the message you have for the youngsters? Let's say you are 16-year-old and there
Yeah.
is, let's say, a 12-year-old watching this video
Okay.
who has just purchased a 4x4. And so what message do you have for him
Okay,
or
so-
her? Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is that when you're initially learning a new method on a new cube, as if someone has started doing 4x4 recently, what I would recommend is just do countless solves for some time. That would be like 2 to 3 months, and then after a time, don't do just solves. Look at walkthrough solves of top cubers, which is available online,
Yeah.
as well as do untimed solves. So that helps as well. You can like choose a random scramble and then analyze 2 to 3 different solutions. So it would give you better point of view.
So do you recommend all of these things to be figured out by self, or do you recommend to be coached by someone? Because this is a very relevant question
Yeah.
with cubing changing and coaching becoming an important factor.
Okay, so I would say that for you to reach a certain level, you generally don't need a coach. I mean, myself speaking, I personally don't have any coach. I learned all of this stuff by myself. And the thing is that like you can become a professional speed cuber because there are like many resources that are available for free. So you don't need to hire a coach instantly. But let's say if you want to become like top 10, top 15 or world class categories,
Yeah.
that you would podium in a world championship.
Yes.
So definitely for that for that thing you would need a coach, because then the coach would provide you inputs on the things that you might not have seen. So and
So-
also like they would help you to analyze where you fall short. So that is one thing where you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just completing this aspect, who do you think is the best coach right now on earth to teach big cubes?
On Earth, it's of course Kunal Oak.
Okay.
He's he lives in Gurgaon, so you can reach out to him for coaching. He's my good friend.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Siddhesh, for giving a lot of your time, and congrats once again for winning.
Thank you.
Hope to see sub 20 single, sub 25 average.
Yeah, definitely in the
Yeah.
future.
And from NR2s to NRs, You haven't broken an NR, right? Still?
Not yet.
Yeah, so we want a lot of NRs from you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.